Hello everyone and welcome back to Gideon's Academy. In today's video guys, we'll be talking about the YouTube tax deduction. Yes, so what we'll be covering in today's video is how much YouTube actually deduct from your revenue as tax. Yes, let's have that at the back of our mind as tax, and how this tax is being deducted from your total revenue at the end of every month. So that's what we'll be covering on this video basically. And what I want you to put at the back of your mind is that this tax is also based on where your views are coming from. So I'll not be wasting much of your time. So in the next 3 minutes, we'll be explaining how YouTube actually deducts that tax and how many percent or percentage of money is being deducted from a particular set of views. So let's go straight into it. So for example, in a month, you made about $1,000. So this $1,000 is going to be taxed. How does this tax affect this $1,000? It does not affect the complete $1,000. That is if you do everything correctly. So the main reason why I'm making this video is because somebody in my community was complaining that about $400, that is about $400 was deducted as tax. This is crazy. This lady failed to do something I advised her to do on her AdSense account. And that was why she was charged up to $400 for tax. So if you pay attention on this video, which I'll also be showing you on my subsequent video, how you need to fill what we call the non-US tax form. So when you fill the non-US tax form, the amount of tax that will be deducted from your money will not be this outrageous. Yes, so I'll quickly be explaining to you how this tax actually works. So back to what we have here. So if you earn about $1,000 from the YouTube platform in a month, what YouTube actually does is that if you fill your tax form correctly as a non-US citizen, remember, if you fill it correctly. So if you don't know how to fill this tax form correctly, let me know in the comment section and I'll refer you to a video where you can watch to be able to learn how to fill your tax form correctly so that you don't get this outrageous amount being deducted from your revenue all as tax. So this is it guys. When you earn about $1,000 from the YouTube platform, so what YouTube actually does is that this tax is being deducted from views that actually comes from the United States. And if you don't do this correctly, they will assume that all your views actually came from the United States. Let me explain. For this $1,000, let's say the views that actually gave you this $1,000 is about 100,000 views. Let's take this as 100,000 views. So this is what happens. What YouTube actually does is that a check will be done on these views. If all the views that comes from these views are from the United States, then it will be charged as 30% of tax, which is nearly impossible. You understand, right? So this is it, guys. From this 100,000 views, if you fill your tax form correctly and a check is being run on this 100,000 views, and the views from the United States is about 10,000 views. So if the views from the United States, this is the US, is 10,000 views, and views from other countries, these are other countries, is about 90,000 views. This is what is going to happen. The tax will be deducted from this amount here. This one will be taxed as US views, and this particular amount will not be taxed. That is if you fill the US tax form correctly. So let me know in the comment section if you actually know how to fill this tax correctly. So for example, now, if this is taxed 30%, so let's move from views to amount now. So if this is 10,000 views, and for example, this 10,000 views is giving you about, let's say, $100. This is $100, and the 90,000 views from other countries is giving you about, this is $900. This is $900. This is other countries, and this is US country. So check it out. If 30% is taxed from this money, the tax here now for 30%, so the tax from this view will just be around $30. Can you see that? $30, and this will not be taxed. It will not be taxed. These views will not be taxed. That is if you fill your tax form correctly. So at the end of the day, if you have been deducted $30 as tax from the US views, here you'll be left with $900. So If you take $30 from this amount here, we'll be left with what? $70. And from this $70, you can add it up here, and the total amount you'll be getting from your $1,000 will be $970. This will be sent directly to your AdSense account. That is if you fill your tax form correctly. But here is the bad side of everything for those of you that fail to fill your tax form correctly. This is what is going to happen. If your views is 100,000 views and the money you made from here is $1,000, this is $1,000. This is $1,000. If you don't fill your tax form correctly, YouTube will assume that all this money are being gotten from views that are from the United States. As simple as that. So I'll go over this again. If you don't fill your non-US tax form correctly and you're a creator outside the United States and you make about $1,000 from the YouTube platform, what YouTube is going to do is that they are going to tax this completely. Yes. They are going to tax this completely, 30%. So this is what is going to happen. Imagine 30% of $1,000 is being taxed. So what will be taxed from this guy now will be around, our tax here, let's say the tax for $1,000 now will be around $300. That is minus, this is $300. Can you see? What will be left with now is $700. So what will be left with now is $700. So as simple as that, using this illustration, if you fill your tax form correctly as a creator outside the United States and you get about $1,000, what you'll be getting in AdSense will be $970. But if you fail to fill this thing correctly, which is very important, so what you'll be getting in your AdSense is $700. So imagine you're losing about $270 just from this little mistake. So if you don't know how to fill your tax form correctly, let me know in the comment section and I'll refer you to a video where you can learn how to fill this non-US tax form correctly so that you don't lose $270 instead of just $30. So if you like this video so far, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, ensure to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to turn on the bell notification so that you get notified each time I create an amazing content just like so.